He told his children never to reveal their faces to the world. Growing up behind the gates of Neverland, the early childhood of Prince, Paris, and Biggie Jackson was an exercise in absolute privacy. Whenever they left the compound, they wore heavy masks or veils and used fake names to ensure their identities remained a secret. It was a life of extreme isolation, built to protect them from a world that was already obsessed with their father. But that wall vanished the moment they lost him, at ages 7, 11, and 12. On July 7, 2009, those children were thrust into the center of a global event. Inside the Staples Center, a public memorial service was watched by over 1 billion people worldwide, placing them under the very scrutiny their father had spent years trying to avoid. Then, 11-year-old Paris Jackson walked to the microphone. Speaking publicly for the first time, she looked out at the crowd and said, "Ever since I was born, Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine." That single quote clashed with the public's image of Michael Jackson. While the media focused on a controlling or eccentric pop icon, his daughter's grief presented a dedicated, deeply loved father. By 2026, Prince Jackson has reached age 29. The boy who grew up in total secrecy has become a man who is comfortable and highly purposeful in his public life. He earned a business degree from Loyola Marymount University and co-founded the Heal LA charity, an organization dedicated to creating new opportunities for young people in the city. Prince has noted that his philanthropic work isn't about public relations. He views it as a direct inheritance, carrying out values that his father instilled in him and his siblings from a very young age. His personal life shows the same consistency. In April 2025, he announced his engagement to his partner of 8 years, Molly Shermang, writing about his excitement for their future memories together. He has also taken on the role of family protector, serving as an executive producer on the 2026 Michael biopic to ensure his father's story is told with accuracy. Prince took the unique pressures of his childhood and turned them into a focus on community service and family unity, using his platform to continue the work his father started. At 28, Paris Jackson has built a distinct career across modeling, acting in American Horror Stories, and releasing indie folk music like Zombies in Love. Her path has been marked by significant trauma. She has spoken openly about the pressure of growing up in the spotlight, which contributed to deep depression and suicide attempts during her teenage years. Today, she uses that history to help others. Now 6 years sober, she is candid about her mental health journey and uses her spiritual life and affirmations to encourage fans who feel alone. Her loyalty to her father remains a core part of her identity. During a 2023 performance in Las Vegas, she told the audience that she owes absolutely everything to him, crediting his passion for giving her the ability to be on stage. This protectiveness even extended to the 2026 biopic. She initially criticized the film for potential inaccuracies, though she later publicly wished her cousin Jafar success in the lead role. Paris transformed the intense scrutiny of her youth into a platform for vulnerable expression, honoring her father's artistic spirit while establishing her own voice. BG Jackson is now 24. While the world once knew him as Blanket, he now lives a quiet life in Calabasas, intentionally staying away from the cameras that followed him as a child. He has begun making a name for himself in filmmaking. His short film directorial debut, Rochelle's, recently won an award at the Santa Monica Festival. He rarely gives interviews, but in 2021, he spoke to Good Morning Britain to advocate for climate change awareness. During that appearance, he explained his life's purpose simply: make things that people enjoy, but also benefit their lives. Bicky proves that even the child who was most shielded from the public eye absorbed his father's lesson, that art should be used to impact the world for the better. In March 2024, the siblings made a rare joint appearance in London for the opening of MJ the Musical, walking the red carpet together as adults. Inheriting massive wealth while navigating a sudden global tragedy often leads to a public spiral. Yet, despite a childhood spent largely behind closed gates, none of the three siblings have faced a scandals or meltdowns many predicted. They became a philanthropist, a mental health advocate, and a filmmaker, each using their platform to contribute something to their community. Michael Jackson once told Geraldo Rivera that his children meant everything to him and that his goal was to be the best father in the world. The grounded lives Prince, Paris, and Biggie lead in 2026 reflect the outcome Michael Jackson spent his life working toward. Michael Jackson's impact is often measured in album sales or the value of his multi-billion-dollar estate, but his children represent a different kind of success. Prince, Paris, and Biggie have all survived impossible scrutiny to become human beings who prioritize giving back to others. That resilience and compassion is a direct result of the lessons they learned from their father behind the gates of Neverland. They are not their father's shadow. They are his proof.